Pixel Gun 3D used to be one of the best mobile games ever made. It took advantage of its medium as a touchscreen portable FPS, was extremely fun, and was very intricately and well designed. However, over the years, through numerous updates, Pixel Gun has become one of the biggest disappointments in mobile gaming ever. This is not an exaggeration. Modern Pixel Gun represents everything wrong with modern gaming. Every shady developer practice that's been seen from the worst offenders such as EA, Activision, Blizzard, is here and present in this game now. Modern Pixel Gun is the quintessential representation of how to ruin a game. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and let me tell you how Pixel Gun 3D went from amazing to utter garbage. Now, to tell you what made Pixel Gun so good in its prime, I'd probably have to go on and on about terms I've learned from pretentious video essays like game feel and player conditioning, but I don't think we have to make things so complicated. A good gameplay loop is simple. It must be fun, and to be fun it must be adequately challenging, and to be adequately challenging it must reward the player's skill. Now, there's a lot of intricacies and nuances and blah 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 in between all of this, but the basic gist of what makes a good game is all right there. And early Pixel Gun was pretty good at this. You start up with basically no good weapons and no sense of how to play the game. Matchmaking quickly settles that problem by putting you in with other noobs. You play more of a game, you learn more about how the game works, you win more matches, you earn more money, you buy better weapons, you upgrade your level, you fight stronger players. Very basic matchmaking stuff, and it works pretty well because of just how much variety there is in gameplay. The main gameplay modes are Team Battle, Deathmatch, Point Capture, Flag Capture, Team Strike, and Fort Siege, and the little differences in all of them made for a game experience that rewarded players with different abilities. If you were a player who focused solely on upgrading weapons and raw power, Team Battle, Deathmatch, and Point Capture were pretty much where you'd shine best. But if you were a player who focused more on mobility and strategy, Team Strike, Flag Capture, and especially Fort Siege were more of your style. I'd say mid to late 2018 was definitely the peak of Pixel Gun. The game had enough content and a reasonable progression system that actually encouraged you playing the game and learning new strategies and working to buy better weapons. It wasn't perfect, sometimes the matchmaking would absolutely break itself and you'd find yourself on a team battle where one enemy has 70% of your opponent's team's kills, but still, for the most part, Pixel Gun was a fun, high-quality game, especially for something mobile. And then, something strange happened. Pixel Gun's developer name changed from Rilisoft to Cubic Games. A seemingly innocuous change at first, but over the years it's become more and more obvious that Rilisoft Pixel Gun and Cubic Games' Pixel Gun couldn't be further from the same. Everything wrong with modern Pixel Gun can be traced back to the general attitude towards updates and the game's meta after Rilisoft rebranded to Cubic Games. The game has never exactly been original in its ideas. I mean, the whole game's identity is just Minecraft with guns, but all of a sudden, Pixel Gun started to lose a lot of its own identity to chase whatever stupid trend the AAA game studios were going for. Loot boxes. Loot boxes are an unfunny joke, and Cubic Games made it even more unfunny, because you're not even gambling to win a weapon, you're gambling to win parts of a weapon. That's right. Every spin you get doesn't give you a chance to actually get that weapon, but a chance to get parts of that weapon that you need to collect to actually get the weapon. Why would anyone design a system so fundamentally awful? Because money! Cubic Games wants you to spend your hard-earned cash on their damn mobile game loot crates, or more accurately, they want children to spend their parents' money on their mobile game loot crates. Everything now in the game is trying to pressure you into spending real money, and it's hilariously asinine. Now there's a battle pass where you need to get pixel pass tickets to unlock all the new weapons for every update. The process of actually getting the tickets is incredibly grindy and extremely unfun because of the numerous challenges you'll need to get them. But hey, if you don't want to waste your weekend, you can always just buy them instead. Okay, if it isn't obvious from the very scuffed Battle Royale mode to the Battle Pass and the current obsession with cosmetic and skins, Pixel Gun really wants to be Fortnite now. And I don't think Cubic Games understands why Fortnite is as popular as it is. First of all, Fortnite is like on everything apart from iOS, and even back then it used to be on iOS. Secondly, back when Fortnite was relatively new and gaining popularity, it was very focused. It was just a battle royale with building elements. Its simplicity allowed for it to be easily marketable. You open up Pixel Gun today and your eyes are assaulted with a million different things and pop-ups everywhere for things you likely don't really care about. There's so many game modes now that the game just feels kind of unfocused, and 90% of the time you're just going to be playing the same game modes over and over again because those are the ones you find the most fun. Pixel Gun's battle royale, while kind of impressive for its sheer scale, is ultimately just not as fun as something to play like Fortnite because 1, it's a mobile game so all the controls are clustered and take up too much of your view, and 2, little Jimmy isn't going to tell his friends to hop on a Pixel Gun game with him after school. They're going to Fortnite because that's where everyone else is and because the game is just far more accessible. Cubic really believes that the cosmetics of their battle royale is worth you spending actual money, and I find that to be absolutely hilarious. But the thing is, anyone who can actually afford to spend money on Pixel Gun likely isn't going to be playing Pixel Gun. Aside from a few people who are probably suffering from an actual addiction, most people with money to spend on ultimately worthless items are probably wealthy enough to play real games, like Fortnite. Pixel Gun was supposed to be the common man's multiplayer game. That's why it was so popular. It was free and could basically run on any smartphone. And I say could run on any smartphone because oh my goodness, this game is so poorly optimized now. This is gameplay from Team Battle in 2018. This is gameplay from Team Battle now. There's like a million different things happening at once. First of all, these stupid ass pets and all of their custom animations are constantly playing, despite them being basically useless in battle now. Second of all, this has been a growing problem with the game constantly updating and adding new weapons, because Cubic Games is obsessed with flashy, colorful weapons to manipulate kids into spending money. 90% of the modern weapons are over-designed and very over-animated. And all of this is on top of the excessive particle effects that are everywhere. I lightly dabble in a bit of mobile game development myself using Unity, which is the same engine that Cubic Games uses. And I can tell you for a fact that the fastest way to tank the performance of any mobile game is by adding excessive particles and post-processing. Unless you have a phone that is specifically made for gaming, you're likely going to be having a lot of frame rate drops.
I need more bullets! I need more bullets! I need more bullets!
Weapons in this game used to be good. There's a reason why weapons like the automatic Peacemaker, the one-shot, and the prototype remain so iconic. It's because these weapons used to act as a power ceiling to the game. Once you had attained all of them, there was no need to buy new ones. All you'd have to do is continuously upgrade them as you got into higher matchmaking levels. Theoretically, this was the end game of Pixel Gun, and then Cubic realized that they could make way more money from constantly one-upping themselves with crazier and crazier weapons. Now every single season, every single update, there's a brand new, overpowered, seemingly unstoppable weapon, and it leads to this never-ending escalation of power where the only options Cubic have are to weaken the strength and effectiveness of previous weapons, or make the new weapons so ridiculously unobtainable that only the most diehard of players seek to get them. And then we have the module system. Modules are special upgrades that can be attached to weapons that alter and enhance the weapon's ability. Power. You insert and extract the modules. My Secret Forces rifle is so powerful right now it can kill you. I hate it. The module system is Cubic Games once again overcomplicating something that didn't need to be this complicated, all for the sake of getting the player to obsess over numbers and spend more money. The game is bloated now. There are a ton of game modes, but 90% of them don't get any meaningful additions when updates happen because Cubic only cares about battle passes, the battle royale, and team battle. All Pixel Gun does now is rip off other things and do them worse. They added in Squid Game when that was popular, and then they added in a scuffed version of Dead by Daylight that basically no one plays. They added a free roam map that's basically just a better version of that other crappy mobile game, Block City Wars. But apparently Cubic now owns Block City Wars and is planning on updating it, so what was the point? They added an Among Us game mode. They added an Among Us game mode. Cubic Games added an Among Us game mode to Pixel Gun 3D.
Stop
disgusting about Among Us. I'm tired of seeing it.
The year is 2015. I had recently moved to an entirely new place and I had no friends. I was starting a new school. I was in a completely new area, and my Xbox, it hadn't arrived yet because of shipping. So for about a month and a half, the only thing I had was my phone. And one day, like many people who found Pixel Gun, I was searching the Google Play Store. I was searching for Minecraft, but then I saw Pixel Gun, and I was like, this looks interesting. I downloaded it, and I enjoyed it so much. There was a very brief period where Pixel Gun was my only friend, and that sounds pathetic, but it's true. Just those few early new months in a new place where you don't know anyone, you don't have any friends, you're completely new. Pixel Gun was there to keep me entertained, to keep me sane, and to keep me going. And it was a very difficult time going through all of that. And just having this game that I could just hop on and have a good time was really, really nice. But it is clear that the game that I once loved is dead. It is dead and buried, and it will never be the same again.